This is our city attorney, Carmen, who's always here. You know, this is a big city. And, you know, there's only 24 hours a day. Tell us what's happening downtown.
We're giving them hell. Don't believe what you read. Don't believe what you read. We are, that's right, don't read. Oh, look who's here. Oh, look who's here. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest guy in the world.
I thought I was.
Well, you are one of them. But that right there, that guy right there, if you're going to have a political mentor, can't get much better than that guy right there. And he keeps telling me, you got to keep it in the box. You got to keep it in the box. And what do I tell you? We're there to do the people's work. And that's the name of the game, and I'm going to call them as I see them, and I'm going to do what I think is right for you folks. And sometimes it's popular, and sometimes it's not. And I told the LA Times the other day, and if you go online, you can see the interview in an editorial. They had I did that editorial interview, Bob, and on the Pena case. You guys know what the Pena case is? That's the case where the what's the word I'm looking for? There's no way of politically correctly saying it. Or the I'll use the word no good, Nick. How's that? Because there's worse words I could use, and all the words that I'm thinking of cannot properly describe the SOB. He's the guy that picked up his child and used it as a shield and threatened to kill her, was shooting at his stepdaughter, threatened to kill his wife, shot a police officer, an LAPD cop, while he was rushing in to save the daughter's life, and unfortunately his daughter was killed. That was a case, if we would have lost that case, the city would be bankrupt. But it was a case that, if you ask the captain, it had to be tried. It had to be tried. Prior administrations perhaps would have settled that case, but I sat down, I looked at the evidence, and I spent 4 hours evaluating the evidence, myself and Bill Carter, who was the chief deputy in our office, along with Kurt Livesay, and we decided to go forward and try that case. 3 weeks that case was in trial, and before it got to the jury, during closing arguments, the judge granted a non-suit, and the city of Los Angeles won. My sentiments exactly. It is unfortunate that a child's life was lost in the course of that incident. But your response was appropriate, because that case should have never been filed, the city of Los Angeles should have never been sued, and we should have never been exposed to the possibility of losing millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. And so when the LA Times came in and took a picture of me congratulating my deputy, just like you applauded just now, because that's a natural reaction, saying thank you to the lawyers that went into the courtroom and did the heavy lifting. They went into that courtroom and fought for each and every one of you in here today. Just like, you know, our property taxes are going to go up because of these bond things that we can't pay for LA school district. Just think what your property would have been worth had we lost that and you had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars. Or I shouldn't say hundreds, but tens of millions of dollars. It would have been terrible. So my natural reaction was when the lawyer walked in and said we won, bam, great job. You guys deserve the accolades. LA Times takes a picture, and what does their picture say? Trutanich congratulates baby killer's bullet by LAPD. You know, they had a chance. They had a chance to become the New York Times on that article. They had a chance to be the New York Times and say the city of Los Angeles stands up in a lawsuit and wins what's right. And instead they became the National Enquirer. And I said that in the interview, and if you go online, you'll catch that in that interview. And I said it to their editorial board, so they understand exactly what we're at. It's a new day in LA. We've had 9 lawsuits go to trial, ladies and gentlemen, 9 lawsuits since I've been there. Lawsuits that would normally would be settled. In fact, one that was scheduled to be settled that I scuttled, and we tried it. We've had 9 victories. And I told you in the campaign that we were, going to adopt the porcupine defense. You may eat me, but I'm not going to taste good going down. We ain't going down. We are winning, and the word is getting out there. And the council is calling us for our advice, and they're looking for our direction. And it's good because we're renewing the faith in the city attorney's office. The lawyers that you pay and that you've been paying for years and years and years are finally being recognized because they're stepping up and they're getting the accolades they deserve. The office is a great office. It is a tremendous office. And I wish every one of you could come down and see the work that these people do. They are enthused. They're doing their jobs. We're back at it, and we're back at it in a hard way. In 6 weeks, we've gone a long way in turning that place around. Honestly, the doors are open. I invite you to come up and see, just feel the atmosphere. You can almost feel the heart muscle moving and pumping. And we're doing some great things. That includes lunch. We're doing some great things. We're